Hello there and welcome back to the island of Azzera. Today we will be exploring the early on transportation like buses and trams, building a new town or two and extending the map to allow prep work for high density areas in the future. Also campuses. Grab a drink, sit back, relax and enjoy the video. So first of all we'll be starting in this area here where we will be building our first town. I think I said in the last video that I'm going to be saving this area down here for universities in the future, but I have only just realized that the area outside of this line here does not actually fit within the 9 tile area. So instead we're going to be moving that, I think, more to the left over here somewhere, and yeah, we're just going to be building a town here today. So as you can see, we're actually quite close to, there we go, we're actually quite close to Busy Town, and our residential is quite high, so I think we're going to hit that target and then open up this area up here for higher residential, once we do actually hit that. So without further ado, let's start with the grid road areas for this bit here. But first of all, I want to set up some transportation for this town and extend down to the beach at some point. So I'm thinking nice little trams along the riverside here would be quite nice. So seeing as the tram station is quite loud and busy, we're going to put it on the other side of the river here by the power stations, which means I'm going to have to bridge across. May look a bit odd, but we use move it to lower it down a little bit. It's a bit of a bump there. So we just extend up to this bit, and then what I want to do is actually do a little turnaround bit. I should probably do a circle, but a square is fine for now. No one's really going to be seeing this bit. It's not going to be a big public area. And then pop that in there, and then as the trams come out, they should go around the circle and then out. So I just want to bring these tram roads just along the seafront here, leaving just a little gap for maybe trees or a path or something. That'd be quite nice there. And then as we get to the bottom here, just going to do another turnaround section here so the trams can realistically turn around and come back up the road. So all done now with the riverside track. I do at some point want to extend it down the rest of the river up to the seafront and maybe go along the beach. I think trams going up and down the beach, ferrying people across the beaches would be quite nice actually. So we'll do that at some point. So without further ado, we just lay out the grid pattern for this little town here. I'm going to have the roads quite close together without the little one gap in the middle for pathways. Just because we're working with a small bit of land and I just want as many houses as we can get. So just placing a big park here, what I want to do is have the little town hall thing. I think it's town hall. Where is it? It's in one of these. I think this one, number 2. Yes, little town hall here. I want this opposite the park to give it like a nice sort of central feeling, and then have some shops around the outskirts. I quite like the look of that. So just got a basic pattern down and done some residential and commercial. Just done a little bit of commercial at the front there, nothing too major. It's a small sleepy town, and some residential in the little blocks behind. So just going to draw out a line now with just a few stops, just going up and down the edge of the river there, just ferrying people up and down. Once we do actually bridge down to the main beach, I will extend this and add some more stops. Just gotta make sure this goes around and back down. And yeah, just completed the line. So it's just a basic loop that goes up and down the river, and then we will of course add down to the beach at some point later on. So I just want to change the model of the oh my god, I forgot what they're called. The trams, there we go. I want to change the model and the color of the trams. They don't need to be too big. We have 3 long trams at the moment. And I want to go for a nice little red color, maybe an off red. Actually no, I will stick to that tram. I do like that tram. A big one's fine. We're going to cut it down to we're going to cut the budget for these for now, just so we have a couple running up and down. We don't need a ton of trams on this line. It's quite a small line at the moment. Yeah, I think this is quite nice. Of course, going to do some detailing in just a minute. Going to add some paths on the left and the right hand side. And once these shops come up at the front here, it's going to look even better. But yeah, yeah, quite happy with this at the moment. Just gonna add a few more roads in here at the back for some more residential and commercial, and I think what we're gonna do is do some tourism specialization just at the edge here, just to get some of them little fish shops. I quite like the look of, so I'm gonna have to come through and delete the big hotels that pop up, because it is most certainly not the area for big hotels. So just gonna turn the budget for the trams down, just so we have a lot fewer trams going around, because there are a bit too many still on the tracks at the moment. Probably turn it down to about that. And then I'm going to go into a detailing time lapse now, just to make this town look a little bit nicer. And there we have it, our new town. I think it looks quite nice and quaint and quiet. So yeah, gonna move on to our next area here. I think we're gonna move on to this square that we're just gonna open up now. So this area up here, we're leaving for the university, I think maybe in the next episode. So we're gonna unlock another square just down here on the left side. And once we hit Big Town, we will unlock another segment with universities, and then, you know, build in the other area. So first of all, I just want to do a small little development just at the entrance to the city, just on this side of the river in our new segment, and I want to build out from this place, and there can be slightly curvy roads. I think we have another entrance from the main road just there in a second, and this area is going to be using our green districts, so we're going to have some nice green houses, some green shops on the main road there. And it would just kind of look like a new development that's naturally been built sort of privately, maybe by this or by the city. So I thought this area would be quite good because of the ground here is a bit like dirt coloured, and for green cities, the actual grass on the buildings are actually quite dirty. So I've gone ahead and put in an area here, a district I mean, and just going to click on the organic shops and the green residential. There we go, and just gonna make some curvy roads here in the middle just to plop some residential buildings down. So there we go, we have our curvy roads all quite nicely tied together, and just gonna put some shops at commercial. I keep forgetting the word for commercial, oh my god. There we go, some commercial at the front, and then fill the rest with residential. I don't really care sort of how or what gets filled in. I'm just going to fill all of it in, and we're going to not really decorate too much of this. It's going to be just a few trees dotted around in the middle, I think. And once I finally added some water, we will now see them grow. So as you'll see, the green actual residences don't really have like a green grass around them. The buildings themselves are green. So this sort of dirty area is the perfect place for this. So just going to get some basic transport infrastructure started here at the entrance to the main city. We're going to have bus lanes here down the main beach. And of course we're going to change these trees in just a second to something a bit smaller, a bit more beach friendly. We'll just change all along here quickly. And there we go, right to the end, to the, I was going to say roundabout, but we haven't quite unlocked that bit yet. And while I'm here, I'm just going to change this big road here that goes through our first town, just with this grass middle road. It looks a bit more lower density. I quite like it, nice and fresh looking. And time to swap these trees out. Oh no, not palm trees, that does not fit in. No, they're a bit too big actually. I kind of maybe bush. Yeah, I don't know. The big trees don't really go with being right next to the beach. Maybe these little old reliables. Yeah, we'll change it to them. I like that. That's nice. So just going to place a little road here on the other side of the place where we just built these new homes. Far enough away, hopefully, that the noise does not affect them. We're going to be placing down a basic bus depot here. And one along. Yep. So normally I would have different roads coming out the front for like different lines to make it all flow a bit more, but for now we're just doing one road like this because at the moment we're only going to have about 2 lines maybe. So if we just start our first line here, and I think this blue line that we're going to do is just going to go around the outskirts of the sort of original town here. So it's going to come up along the beach and then up through the roundabout on the right hand side, and then yeah, just sort of encompass the town. And because we made our town quite walkable, people will walk to the outskirts just to catch the bus to the other side or to another area. And hopefully at some point they're going to hook up to other lines and get off of the blue line to go onto the yellow line and so and so. So just come down this road where we have our farming industry and then link back up round to the station here and finish the line. I think that should be it for now. So you're just going to click on this bus and sort of follow it down the road and see sort of how many people... Oh god, another fire. Very typical. Just see how many we're picking up and sort of how busy it gets. It will sort of thin out and get a bit better sort of as the buses spread out. But I just want to see sort of how these bendy buses are doing. See if we need to downgrade maybe. But yeah, they're getting like relatively... a relative amount of use, but not too much. I may have to downgrade these to maybe a bit of a smaller bus, but I think they're doing okay for now. Just wait for them to spread out and see how they do, I guess. Yeah, I like it. Oh god, a couple of the big buildings are starting to spawn up this end. I am gonna go and make little buildings like this, historic buildings, because I like that little fish shop. It fits in really well here actually, but big hotels like this. Maybe we can keep one of the hotels. Might be like a bigger development by the skull. But we're going to move up to this other area now. So just up here where this little like sort of dirty area is, I thought would be a great zone for hospital. And I do want a high capacity hospital in at some point, and I thought, you know what, why not get it in first? So I kind of want to build the sort of facilities for a bigger city before we actually start getting like even the roads in for the bigger city, and I think a hospital here at the roundabout would be a perfect place for that. And it's the first time I'm going to do one of these sort of bigger builds where I smush other buildings in, because I'm going to have the big hospital with maybe a helicopter pad out the front smushed into the back, and then I'm going to have maybe a mortuary in here as well with some parking. It's gonna look really nice. So I think the only high capacity hospital that would really work, and okay, I do like the other high capacity hospital, but it just looks a bit unrealistic, whereas this one, I like it. It fits in with the map theme a bit better, and yeah, we're gonna go with this one. And then I'm gonna do a back road that just goes along here out a little bit more, and then we're gonna try and smush the helicopter depot in at the back. Where is it? That's a gymnasium, this one. And with move it, I'm gonna sort of move it in so it looks like one big facility, which I really love doing. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this without move it. I just think it looks a lot better like this. It makes it look like a big, unique sort of facility building. So I do want like a sort of mortuary here as well, because obviously that's quite realistic, having a form of morgue by a hospital. But seeing as we don't have them unlocked, we just have cemeteries at the moment, and I think a cemetery is a little bit distasteful to have right next to a hospital. Imagine being a patient being treated and just looking out the window to a cemetery. Not a good look. So I've gone with one of these little modded ones. I think it's a Japanese styled mortuary. I quite like it. So yeah, we're gonna have this here right out the back of the hospital. Maybe a nice radio antenna or something here. Something at the back, because they normally have bigger towers and stuff around hospitals. I don't know. But for now, yeah, I think this looks alright. I think this looks okay. Obviously we're going to come in and detail it a little bit more, and I'm just going to add a car park out the front just for now. But yeah. Right, that took too long. I added a big car park out the front here and a little side car park there. Just going to get in some detailing. Okay, so before we actually get in some detailing, I'm just going to do another little bit of residential area, because once again we have very high demand of residential. I don't know what keeps happening, it keeps happening, but it's fine. So I was actually considering building in this area here. Oh god, I've deleted track. That's gonna be a problem at some point. We don't have track unlocked just yet, damn. That's fine. So I'm gonna do a suburban, oh god, what is it called? A European suburban themed area here. Because I think it'd be quite nice, it'd be a bit more residential. I'm gonna do obviously a bit more looser road restraints. They're going to be quite curvy. It's going to look quite a little bit UK countryside, how you have these little town villages with like curvy windy roads and nice little bungalow houses. That's it, that's the word I was looking for. And there we go, nothing too crazy, just a little sort of residential village here right by the factory. I think that would look quite nice to have a sort of factory complex here, just sort of amongst the trees, and then opposite you have like a little bungalowed green area. Oh crud, we forgot electric. Let me fix that quick. There we go, just gonna leave this to develop and grow up, and then we're gonna come back in and add some paths and decorations. So just gonna get into the detailing time lapse now. Do also ignore that big building in the background. I will explain in just a second, and obviously we will fix these tracks once we unlock trains, but not right now. So there we go, detailing done. I think that looks a little bit better. Just goes to show what a few paths, trees, and a couple of parks can do to change areas. And just going to quickly show you, I think the blue line is going to come all the way around this road and then back round, connecting sort of all the towns together. Hopefully stopping at university one day. But for now we don't have that section of it unlocked, so we're just going around the original town here, but that's all subject to change. So just going to create one more line here, just going through the main few towns, stopping off at every school. This is going to be our yellow line, and it's going to have our yellow school buses running on it so that people can get to school and back home quite easily. So the yellow line goes around all of the smaller streets inside the blue lines area so that everyone sort of can get around easily with transport going through the towns instead of around the towns. And yep, there is our army of buses. Oh my god. A bit too many yellow buses. I'm gonna have to bring that way down a bit. That's far too many. I need like 4 maybe, but we'll follow the line through to see how it sort of does. So just gonna add, oh, okay, never mind, we hit big town. So we unlocked another square, some specialization areas, metro wall-to-wall specialization, which would be great, and higher density buildings. I think, yes, there they are, which is amazing, the best stuff to unlock in the game in my eyes. So just going to show you this area. I've been trialing out walkable area just in this section. I think I'm going to get rid of it, to be honest, and change it to higher density, maybe wall-to-wall. Okay, that took a lot of trial and error, but I think, yeah, I think this looks okay, but yeah. So I'm going to go into a little bit of a detailing spree, I think. It's the big round building. I love it here. It looks nice. One of my favorite buildings, but I don't know. It sticks out a bit like a sore thumb at the moment. I don't know if that's just because we haven't actually got any other high-rise buildings. I don't know. I'm gonna come in and fix it. Add some trees, maybe a little bit of pathways, some fencing. Try and make this look a bit more normal because it is a bit odd at the moment. So there's a few different lines I want to go through quickly. We have the big blue one that goes around the outside of the towns or cities. We have the little yellow one that goes through the insides in a loop and then comes back at the beginning. But then I'm going to add one more in, and it just goes from the top here right down to the bottom and back up again, sort of in a line, using the same road, and it's going to have bus stops on the opposite sides of the road to just take people from the back town to the front town here, and then maybe hook up to the other lines. So it's going to be a nice purple line. It's going to come up this main road here. Excuse me, where's... Whoops, there we go. There's the purple line. It's going to come up here, stop at the park, and then go around the roundabout here. Yeah. Up the highway. Oh, we can't stop at a highway. That's fine. Down here, and then somehow we're going to do a U-turn. Or, yep, just we use the other roads to turn around. There we go. And then come to the other end here, and then all the way back down. Do I want to go there? No. No. Yeah. We're going to go in a straight line. Well, ish. And then come all the way back down and just finish up. Back down to the depot, and then finish up back there. And there we have it. Our straight line. There we go, and just seeing it go along the highway now. I just want to see how many people it's sort of going to pick up on this side. I want to see how many people actually need to come down. Actually, a good amount of people needed to come up this way, which is... it's a good sign, actually. I like that. And then we come through to the other side of the town, the new town that we just built today, actually. I still love this area. And this... oh, okay. Yeah, there was a lot of, yeah, you see, there was a lot of need for this line, actually. Maybe we should increase the buses on this line. Oh my god. That should thin out, hopefully, a little bit as the buses sort of spread out more, but... damn, that's a lot of people there. I was not expecting that. Oh my god. Okay, seeing how busy that line is has made me, yeah, want to extend the tram line right the way down the river here to the beachfront. It's going to go down that way and then up and across and probably back around and up. But to do that, we're going to have to destroy quite a few roads and buildings and train lines, but don't ever be afraid to do that, because it happens in Cities Skylines sometimes. You build something and you have to destroy it for more public infrastructure. Because this is the only way that makes sense at the moment. I don't really want to build on pre-existing roads, except from these ones here. So you're just going to upgrade these ones here that are on pre-existing roads just to get a basic line in. And I think it's quite nice because it's quite a quiet road. It just goes along a few shops and at the end of residential streets. So it'd be quite a nice place to pick up the Sims. We had to do a bit of destruction here, but that is completely fine. Once again, we're just going to build a basic line in, going through and connecting up here. And yeah, we can just simply rebuild this bridge, lift it up a little bit. It's going to be, oh, lift up, there we go. So just can smooth all of this out. Oh god, I could not do this without Move It, honestly. It's been so long since I played without Move It, and I just, I couldn't imagine. So just going to connect these roads back up. I think that's smooth enough now. Some of these roads are now going to be connecting to tram lines, like these shops that we've built here, but that's fine. Actually, I'm just going to connect it straight up like that. I think that's fine how it is, and then get rid of that road. Yeah, that's better. So just deleted the red line here. Just going to start off with a nice purple line. It's going to come all the way down. Going to go down to the beachfront first, past these shops, and I need to finish the line. Whoopsie. I'll be back 2 secs. So I've just changed the bus roads that we changed earlier into bus, taxi, and the tram lines. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh my god. So I'm just going to do a basic loop here. Stop off at the library and then come back up around. Place one more stop there maybe. Yep. And then I'm just going to do opposite the stops that we currently have, just to make it look a bit more realistic. Come up along the river here, around the loop, and then back down, and we should have our completed line. So yep, all completed. So if you'll see, it just works in junction with the other purple line that just goes up in one straight line through the two towns, connecting them to the beach, and just helps with the traffic flow. So just going to change the colour of the line and the types of trams running on them, and we'll see what ones come out. They look okay. They might be a little bit too big. That's a lot of capacity actually. We may have to change them, but they look quite nice, and I just want to sit on it and see it run for a few minutes. I just love how it's going down our first original town and just along the beach here. It looks so great. But yeah, we may have to, yeah, I'm going to change the model out, because it's a bit too big for what we got, but it does look very nice though, does it not? And then yeah, just back up. I love it. Did you see how all them people go out and just run along that path back there? Oh my god, I love that. Okay, I think that's good. So just visiting around in the budget in a second just now. Just going to change the amount that we're actually spending on our transport. I think we're spending a bit too much on buses. Obviously if you lower it, you get less buses. If you higher it, you get more buses running. And I don't expect we need to be spending that much on buses and trams at the moment because there's not too many people watching it. But I think we're coming to the end of today's video. Next episode we'll be looking at university, so if that does sound like something you would want to watch, please do like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Have a lovely day.